So I just got back from VidCon, and I wanted to kind of talk about it. It's my first time ever going to VidCon, so I didn't really know what to expect, and I'm sure a lot of other people are kind of curious what it's actually like, and how is it as a whole, and how was my experience. So that's what we're going to talk about. I'm going to move this back, actually, so I don't have to awkwardly lean forward the whole video. So, for those that don't know, VidCon is basically YouTube's con, as in convention, as in like Comic-Con, Minecon, AnimeCon. Okay, you know what I mean? You know what a con is. So, VidCon is a con of vids, and this year was the 10th one they put on. I actually didn't know it'd been going on for that long. I thought it was like a new thing. Not new as in that new, but I thought maybe this is like the 4th or 5th one, but 10, this is the 10th time they've done this. So I figured I'd go because I don't live too far away, and this year, if I ever had a reason to go, it was this year because I got to go as a creator, which was neat. So drove down there. LA sucks for driving. I don't like driving in LA. That's just a little side note. Keep that in mind. Don't drive there. It's bad. I only went for 2 of the days. It was Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And I went for just Thursday and Friday. I was like, I'm not gonna hang out there for 4 days straight. I'm just gonna kind of like get the highlights, go to the 2 days that had the stuff I wanted to actually see, and then like just go and like hang out in the area, not really just do VidCon. So I got 2 full days there, which was plenty of time. I actually was kind of getting over the whole crowded feel of it after 2 days. I'm glad I didn't plan on staying longer because I was kind of over it by the end of it, but that's just me, not liking big crowds of people. So at VidCon, what do they have? I'm glad you asked. They have a couple different floors of this building. The bottom floor is mostly just vendors and booths, and there was a HyperX station, that, you know, the headphone brand, and they had like some computers set up with Fortnite on like a big screen, and people were lining up to play that, which was funny because it was like you pay money, you come all the way down here, and then you wait in line to play Fortnite, which is a free game that you can play at home. The only difference is now you're playing in front of a bunch of people, and everyone that was playing was really, really bad. Not a good time. Avoid that booth. Don't look. Just walk past it. Don't look. But so they had that booth. They had a couple like mini stages at the far side of the room where like they did some Q&As. I think they did Q&As there. Most of the Q&As were like upstairs in the panel rooms, but they had a couple different stages where things were going on different times of day. But the main room was mostly just booths and vendors and different things. And then the second floor up was also available to everyone that had the lowest tier, the community pass. And they had kind of like educational, like tips for creators. They were all themed to like, editing, how to edit better, and how to, you know, get your videos found, and how to operate on a low budget. It was like, you know, a host and some people answering the questions, usually YouTubers of various degrees, trying to like, you know, in a Q&A kind of fashion. You know, they were fun to watch. I only went to a few, but like they were kind of fun to watch. So second floor was that kind of stuff with a lot of rooms actually, where it was like every hour or two there was something else happening in each room. And the highlights, the 2 that I really wanted to go to, were there was one titled "Being Funny on the Internet," and it was like 5 or 6 like YouTube comedians or just funny, you know, people in the comedy world on YouTube on the panel and being asked questions by someone. And that one was what I wanted to go to because Anthony Padilla and Gus Johnson were both going to be in it, and they were. And it was really fun to watch because these are all people on the panel there were 6 of them. All people on the panel that were comedians. You know, they were YouTube comedy channels, but they all were like kind of boring about answering the questions, except for freaking Gus Johnson. Every response he had to every question was just, had me dying. Like, he was so funny about everything, and he would give good answers, but it was like he always had like some kind of funny roundabout way to get to like a good answer. Gus Johnson, go check him out if you haven't. So that was the second floor. The next floor up from that was the creator floor, which is purple badges only, baby. Purple badges only, baby. And to be completely honest with you, there was really nothing interesting on that floor. Like, they had a couple different rooms in there that were like panels again, but that floor was so much more focused on like advice for creators, but it wasn't in like a fun panel way. It was more like an exhibit. I don't know. It was like not like, I knew I wasn't gonna go and like learn anything. I wasn't at VidCon to learn anything. I was just like there to hang out with people, really. So maybe that's why I didn't care about creator floor. I mean, if you're a smaller channel and you really want, if you want to learn, you want all the advice you can get, you're brand new, then by all means, I'm sure they would have gotten use out of it. But when I was like going as a creator, I was like, cool, I get to go to the creator floor. There's like a creator lounge and like stuff. But it was like, I spent like 5 minutes total up there over 2 days. I walked up there a couple different times, did like a lap to see if there was anything interesting happening, and then I was like, nope, and went back down. So, if you're trying to decide between going as a community or a creator, even if you're a creator, save yourself some money, just go as a community. It didn't mean anything to be a creator. Anyway, I had a purple badge, so I felt slightly cooler, and it was kind of cool to go up the escalator and have them turning away all the red badge people like they were peasants. They were like, you can't come up here, creators only, and I was like, that's me. Then there was another room off the side of the second floor. That was the blue area, which was the industrial badge area. Which, that ticket for an industrial badge is like $850. And there were so many people with those badges, and they just looked like normal people. And there was like entire families with all those badges, and I was like, what do you guys all do? Are you guys all big channels? Anyway, so I don't know what goes on the blue floor, I can't tell you. But it was like a pretty big area, and I'm sure it was really cool because it costs a fortune to get in there. So, I don't know, but the mystery remains. So, just to give you kind of a visual of how it all worked, that's it. I should also say that when you get there, obviously there's a lot of stuff happening outside as well. There's kind of like some more vendors. There's a stage. There was like a big, I don't even know what to call it. It was a bunch of really tall tubes just full of various colors of candy. And it was like a Snapchat sponsored thing. And it was literally just free candy, like all day long. And it was like not very good candy. I finally went over there and I was like, okay, what's this all about? And I had like some, and it was like stale and kind of gross. And I was like, well, it's free though. So the biggest, like the largest reason why I went to VidCon this year is because they had two things. They had a small tidbit for ASMR on the main stage on Thursday night during like the main on-stage production, which is like, at like E3 or whatever, like those big stages with the lights and the huge area where there's just probably 10,000 people watching. It was like that, and it was a red stage, and Rhett and Link came out from Good Mythical Morning. They came out as like the original announcers. They did like a song, then they announced like the next people to come out, and so on and so forth. And everyone did like a little performance, and it ended with Megan Trainor, which is when I got up and walked out. That's a side note. And somewhere in the production, towards the end, they had a part where it was ASMR. They had Taylor, ASMR Darling, come out, and the Try Guys come out and kind of do like a little ASMR thing. And this is where this video takes a turn, because I'm about to start a rant. I've had people say they like it when I start ranting, because sometimes I forget to breathe, and I'm just like, I got so angry. But not really. But like, Taylor's great. I got to like see her at the panel. Spoilers for the next part of this video, the panel. But she got to go out on stage in front of everyone, and that's a crazy opportunity. So cool she got to do that in front of YouTube, in front of like everyone. Like, that's a huge thing for ASMR. But were so annoying. They were like, I mean, I know it was all scripted, so it's not like it was on them to like talk over ASMR Darling, but it was like, the dialogue was like 90% them just being like, whoa, ASMR is crazy, what? And they were like wobbling the freaking whatever, that shiny aluminum sheet, you know, like the SpongeBob thing with like, whoa, I don't know what it's called. Wobbling that, and they had like some other things that were like sounds that have never been used in ASMR ever. And so they're over there making these obnoxious sounds with these things. I've been like, wow, ASMR, that's wild. And like obnoxious whispering and like breathing into this microphone. Basically just generally, like, to me, kind of making fun of ASMR still. With ASMR Darling there, the queen. And it just felt kind of, maybe I took it too personally because I'm a creator now, but it felt disrespectful to ASMR. And I know that ASMR has been around for not that long, and it's come a long way, but it still felt like the overall impression that a viewer that didn't know what ASMR is, that was watching that production, which is probably their only introduction to ASMR. There's a lot of people there that probably had never heard of ASMR before. The reaction that you must have from what they did on stage would be like, wow, I don't know what this ASMR thing is, but it sounds whack. Like, that was like how I felt. I was like embarrassed for a little bit there. I was like, oh my god. And it wasn't even done there. It wasn't that, like, I may be being dramatic because it wasn't that bad. It was just bad enough for me to be like, okay guys, really? But where it took a turn for me after that made me double upset was, for every stage of that production they had like Rhett and Link came out and they announced like, oh, it was a great year for musicians on YouTube, and they had like a couple musicians come on screen and they would pick one to be like the most, you know, whatever of the year, with their best, most influential video or whatever. So they had like, oh, they were giving out awards for each category basically. So when it came time for the ASMR one, where they were going to give out an award for the most influential or whatever best ASMR video of the year, they had like 5 or 6 people flash videos on the screen, and not a single one of them was an actual ASMRtist. It was a bunch of other big YouTubers that have channels that are something else that tried ASMR sarcastically one time. And that kind of pissed me off as well. I know this video is supposed to be about like cool VidCon, yeah, but I have to get this off my chest, alright? I've been thinking about this. I thought about this the entire drive home. I was like, they did my boy wrong up there. My boy being the ASMR community as a whole. A little protective over here, but they had a bunch of people being like up on the videos, which was also obnoxious because they cranked the audio on all those videos way up, which you're not supposed to do for this kind of a microphone. So all the audio sounded trash, and it made me want to die because it was all like these loud crunching and pickle noises blasted through an auditorium, and I was like, stop. So yeah, that was the ASMR segment of the YouTube on stage, which was just wonderful. But bless ASMR Darling, she stayed in character, she stayed smiley, she stayed just how you'd expect her to, not fazed by the obnoxious ways of everyone around her the entire time. So good for her. I don't even know if she was bothered by it. She probably is just so used to it that she's just like whatever at this point. But yeah, it annoyed me a lot. I was just sitting there being like, come on guys, really? But anyway, fast forward to the good news. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. The silver lining of all this is the next day, I went to the comedy panel with Anthony Padilla and Gus Johnson and that kind of stuff. And right after that was the ASMR panel, which was, for me, probably the highlight of VidCon. So we're getting to the good stuff now. All my rants are now behind me, I think. We'll see. No one's really ever safe. So ASMR panel happened right after the other panel, and I went over there a little bit early, and they had Ben Deanley, which is GB's fiance. He was the host of the panel. GB wasn't there. I didn't get a meter. There's always next year, okay? There's no reason to accept a defeat. And on the panel we had Angelica's Labyrinth, I think is her name. Goodnight Moon was there, MattyTingles was there, and ASMR Darling, so it was the four of them. But there were a lot of ASMRtists in the room, as you know, in the audience, just as, you know, supporters or because of everyone's friends. And in the audience, there was PJ Dreams, CatPlant was there, ASMR Ryan was there, I was there, and I feel like I'm missing a couple, but they'll come to me. I don't know. Yeah, so wasn't even very big of a room. It was like probably 15 rows of chairs and a panel in front. So they asked about 45 minutes worth of questions. They did like a little Q&A at the end. It was really nice. It was really good. And I really was happy that Ben was the one doing the questions, because after the night before, having the Try Guys like belittle the entire ASMR community in front of everyone was quite enough for me. So having Ben, who was very much attached to ASMR in a very positive way, being Chibi's fiance, is like, okay, this guy gets it. This guy's gonna ask the right kind of questions. This guy's gonna be respectful of the community because he's on our side. He's with the community, you know. So Ben did a great job. A lot of good answers, and I like just hearing all the ASMRtists talk about their experience and how they got started, and you know, different struggles they've had with this and what they think about ASMR and how it's changed and that kind of stuff. At the end of the panel, they did like a little Q&A, and they had like a microphone up front that you could go up and ask questions, and so I got in line and asked Maddie when Shoe Collection 20 is coming out, because I'm on the edge of my seat, and he thought it was funny. At least he knew I was like poking fun at him, because that's a lot of Shoe Collection videos, but he knew who I was. He knew me from my Apex props video, so he knew who I was, which is kind of cool. I was actually surprised how many people knew who I was, because I feel like I'm still pretty small comparatively. It was cool and kind of crazy to get to like interact face to face with all of these people, because after the panel was over, everyone just kind of stood around and like talked and like hung out for like a good half an hour or so, and I was kind of like mingling in the group and like trying not to ditch my brothers. I kept going over and being like, hey, I'm gonna go talk to my whisper friends for a bit. You sit right here, okay? I'm messing around. He's 21. He can handle himself. But it was really cool and wild. You spend so much time seeing people on the internet and seeing, you know, with ASMR, it's so personal that like you kind of feel like you know them already. So when I met them in person, almost all of them were kind of exactly how you'd expect them to be from their personality on camera. Like most of them were pretty much like, yeah, it feels like I already know you because I've watched you, I've seen you do this before, I know your personality from your videos, and you're the same way in person, and that was like actually kind of cool. A standout was PJ was actually like a really chill dude that I don't know, I haven't watched much of him. I've watched some of his videos because he's got some creative ones. He did one on top of an icy lake once, and I was like, I have to watch this video. This is awesome. So, but he was like just like a chill dude. I was just like surprised. And CatPlant was really cool as well. I told her she needs to play Minecraft because we kind of talked about how Fortnite like isn't quite as good for us anymore. Like, ever since the last couple seasons, they keep adding like more and more stuff where it's like, no, stop. And so it's like a little bit crazy now, and we kind of miss the old days, you know how it is. But I was telling her that she should play Minecraft because it's like not as popular as Fortnite, but it's like kind of trending right now too. I was like, you gotta play some Minecraft. You're looking for a new game to play, and she had never played Minecraft before, and I was like, you got it. So, but I was really proud of Maddie for being on the panel. He's grown a lot in the last couple of years, and his channel's doing really well. And it was really cool to see him on the panel. You know, amongst like sitting next to ASMR Darling is MattyTingles, and I was like, my man, you're doing pretty well for yourself. So props to him. Props to him. Get it? Like a prop video. But they were all really cool. You know, it was cool to meet them. It feels like I knew them already. already. It was just kind of like, hey, like, I watch you, you may or may not watch me, that's fine. If you don't like Minecraft. But as far as the ASMRtists, just in general, that were there, it was really cool to be around all of them. It never was like, oh my gosh, I'm talking to so-and-so who has 2 million subscribers. It was just like, they just feel like people. It's like the one genre where like being a chill person is like the one big requirement to doing the whole thing. So I really liked meeting everyone. If any of you guys are watching this, it was good to meet you. I liked going to VidCon. I had a pretty good time. I'll probably be going next year, and we'll see where I'm at channel-wise next year. I would recommend, if you've ever wanted to go, don't travel from across the ocean to come to VidCon. Don't travel from too many states away either. It's not like that worth it. But if you live like a day's drive away and you see some creators you like on the featured creator list, and you know some of your people are gonna be there, then yeah, it was a good time. Would recommend. It was like pretty good for the money, especially if you go as a community person. The amount of stuff you can like do and see, and people you could potentially meet for, over the course of 4 days is like, there's a lot of potential there. So that was a good time. I don't really know how to wrap this video up. I feel like I just kind of rambled and ranted. I hope this was coherent. In summary, VidCon, pretty good. YouTube still kind of make fun of ASMR, but ASMR community remains pretty awesome regardless. Yeah, that's the bottom line. There's the whole video for you. Thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna go and film Minecraft Monday now because I have to, otherwise it won't be going up on Monday. I am so tired because I just got back and I want to go to sleep and it's 2:30 in the morning. But I love you guys just enough to do this for you, and also because I know there would be riots in the streets if I did not post Minecraft on Minecraft Monday. Can you imagine? So I'm gonna go do that. Thank you guys for watching. If you like this style of me just kind of ranting about a topic, obviously this is very relevant to this channel and this genre, so it makes a lot of sense. But if you like just hearing me talk, let me know and I'll try to find more reasons to do that. But thank you guys for watching. Thank you to all the ASMR creators out there for being cool and keep doing what you do. And I will see you guys in the next video. This is your Captain.